meetings are about to begin. Find your workstations, sit down, shut up. Your attention is mandatory. This is not an excuse to goof off. The director is terminating slackers liberally. Any complaints should be filed with the Human Resources Office located on the far side of the minefield. Gentlemen, everything is set for broadcast. Oh God, this is no way to live.
Gentlemen, I don't have an itinerary for today. I've been playing Remnant 2 again. The new DLC launched and it's pretty good, but there's just so much to that game. The bleed build is back and viable. I mean, outside of Apocalypse, but yeah, anyway, what are you up to?
Yeah, that's great. We'll get back to that soon. We do have to go over the suggestion box report, though.
Boring. Proceed.
Boring. You're half the problem.
Usually.
Here. HR sucks. The director. HR smells. The director. Your life is a lie. The director. The department is a sham and it exists purely for my amusement. The director. All of HR reports go to the furnace to heat the damn place. I don't even read them. The director.
That one's my favorite.
I wonder who wrote them.
It was Tom under my credentials.
Hey.
Dude, they're handwritten and with your stupid fountain pen. They were supposed to be anonymous, but you signed all of them.
Of course I did.
No shame at all, huh?
None.
So yeah, Remnant 2?
Oh, and you're the other half of the problem. Look at this stupid shit. Can we play the theme music for Dexter's Laboratory at the start of every day? Tom.
Mark made me do it.
Rat. Good to know you'll fold under no pressure at all.
Forget it. Whatever. Remnant 2. Yay. Awesome. Where's the janitor? I need to get drunk.
All right. So Remnant 2. We've kind of gone over this one, but not on its own.
I feel like we may have. Well, I just started playing it, but we definitely mentioned Remnant before.
We did. We did a comparison of AAA games to Remnant and others because, well, apparently Remnant is AAA.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Now it
I
is,
think
right?
we went over it in Kerplow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And maybe some other, maybe Helldivers as well. Probably.
It's been a theme. I like to relate things to because it's the redheaded stepchild of AAA titles, but it's the only actual good one.
Well, that's because the first one was a fucking sleeper that had like no advertisement until the day of its release, and it blew up.
That's true. So now it's almost a year later, basically 9 months later, and we've all gotten a chance to play it and play it together. What do we think so far?
I end differently, but I love it just as much as the first one. I've played the fuck out of this. If you notice, I'm on all the time playing this game, even without you guys.
To be honest, when you guys first got it to me, I hated it.
Yeah.
And it's grown on me over time as I've played more titles this year. Titles is in quotation marks in case anyone needs to know.
Yes, no one saw that. Continue.
All right. Yeah, and I think the gameplay loop is better than others I can compare it with. And the gameplay is actually pretty snappy except when you guys are joining on me.
Yeah, I mean, it gets better.
Yeah, I think the only time I have an issue is playing with you, which you're on the other side of the world. And it's not even that bad. Just sometimes there's a lag in some things.
Yeah, usually it's like transitions into places.
I played with random people, but they're all close to me because you can, select by region. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot you can. That's handy.
My only complaint. Yeah. My only complaint to the gameplay is there are no small dungeons and not as many. And I feel like that's why there aren't as many, because they didn't do like any small ones. Not that they need to be, but like it was nice that, this one is just the small thing where we fucking fight a wave or 18 waves of something, or it's just this room, protect this guy. I do like the shit ton of puzzles, except for that they put one behind a boss, the Ravager. I don't want to put in the stupid fucking water wheel thing every time I want to fight him.
Oh yeah, that is kind of crap.
I I don't like the difficulty adjustment between the difficulties. Or maybe
It ratchets up pretty quick.
I just feel like the easiest should be a lot easier, and that the easiest to like they're two normalish ones or normal and hard or whatever you want to call them aren't that different.
Okay, fair. I mean, I've only ever played. I didn't play on Apocalypse. I did what one was under, and that wasn't that bad. It was. I don't know. At the time, I was trying to get through a couple other Soulsborne-like games, so I was already in that mindset of I'm going to get stomped.
Yeah. That's what it feels like. It feels like a Souls game is that the easiest is like still brutal to someone who probably plays normal like gunslingers.
I was going to say, as someone who plays a shit ton of Souls games and is objectively better at this one than you are, Tom, I can definitely see the difference between the difficulties.
Yeah.
I feel it a lot more. I do like that there's harder options. But I can definitely, like, if we jumped into a game, like, if you threw me in randomly, I could probably guess which one I'm at.
Oh. It's just me then.
You can feel it, especially when you go from like your harder setting to somebody's easier setting, trying to dodge something, and then the letdown of, oh no, I didn't. Oh wait, I'm not dead.
Maybe I'm just so bad at my reaction time, it doesn't matter.
I also play a bunch of these, you know?
Yeah, no, I think it's more of expectations. The most noticeable thing I see going through different difficulties is how much damage you receive from the enemies. Even more so than how... I don't think your damage goes down. They don't seem more bullet spongy in the traditional sense.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, but I don't... Maybe it's just because I'm playing different, like... Not full-on builds, but with different abilities to enhance X, Y, and Z.
I might see it a lot more now, too, because my guy is basically all dots. So I'm like, oh, you should have died. Why are you still alive?
Fair.
I do notice that status effects are different from the difficulties. But like from a base damage point of view, it doesn't feel that much different to me.
Yeah, I think they did a good job scaling that. I'm not sure how much I'm going to play on Apocalypse. I'm going to have to try.
As soon as I get my stupid acid gun, I'm starting my run with that. It's the last thing I need. And then we got to do hardcore mode. And then get really angry when we die for something stupid halfway through.
All right.
You down, Tom? You want to do a hardcore run? We can't die. Well, all of us can't die. Technically, as long as one of us stays alive, we'll come back.
Can't imagine that going wrong at all.
Yeah, I can. That doesn't sound fun to me, but I'll do it for the content. I'll do it for the plot.
Speaking of, that's a good transition if nobody has anything else to add.
Now what you got?
How did you feel about the story?
I think the story is pretty good. As like there were multiple options on pretty much every storyline, or it made me feel like there were. There didn't feel like there needed to be a particular order, but when there was, there's enough indicators of where to go. Yeah,
it's really good with the indicators. As a whole, I fucking love the story. It's much more out there than the first one. Like, accessible, I should say. It's more accessible than the first one.
Yep.
Which was nice because I didn't have to fucking read a million entry logs.
The first one or Chronos?
Oh, both. They told a lot of story through essentially entry logs, which isn't bad, but like, I don't want to read a block of text when I start a game. I'd have to get into it first, There's a lot of cool shit too.
Games I'll do that for.
Yeah, I'll do it in games, but I can't be in the beginning. I need something going on. The backstory is really cool too, with all the dreamers and shit, which we don't mention this one, which makes sense because they're probably all dead besides Clementine. Or whatever the fuck her name was.
She's the only one left.
Oh, you know what? I noticed something too. Oh, by the way, if you didn't beat this game, it sucks that you're listening to this because we're going to talk about the ending.
It's almost a year later. They can, yeah.
I'm just saying. Anyway, so if you, after you beat the second world, you take whatever the stupid digital key thing is called back to the eyeball, which you don't have to do. You can just go straight to the third world. If you do it, you see Clementine in the air and she's all like Avatar state. There's like these ethereal roots spreading out from her into like all the labyrinth things. So the root themselves might have actually been part of the world, but like this is a bad version, you know? Like the negative version of Clementine might have been the root originally.
Ah.
So I'm thinking it's not the first time we rebooted. I think we rebooted with the root and it was like fucking the Matrix. You know, they kept doing Neo over and over again.
Yeah.
It's just Clementine. So there was the first one that got fucked up, then whatever, and now we got this Clementine.
Okay. That's interesting. I could see that. We still haven't met the Grand Architect or Clockmaker, whoever the hell that's supposed to be.
Yeah, the eyeball man whose name I forget. Custodian? No, it's the Custodian. Whatever the fuck his name is.
He is the Custodian. We haven't met the like creator of it.
No, I'm saying he's like, I don't even know who fucking made me.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
What an existence.
He's like, was I an accident? Was the root? Was it intended? If it was intended, what kind of god would do this? Oh, real quick with the story though. I liked every, there's almost 3 for each one. There will be when the DLC comes out and we go back to the fucked up planet. But except for the fucking Fae Victorian Dark Elf world, the one that's about the actual True King being dead, not the DLC, the original one with the imposter.
Oh,
fuck that story. That story is stupid. It is not flushed out enough.
Oh, wait, why?
They don't tell you anything. You just show up. The fairies are fucking shooting you. If you get to Nimue, which you also don't have to do, you can avoid her. You can just make your way to the end, kill the boss, and be on your merry way. Like, it's the only one where you don't have to actually get any story. You have to go out of your way to kind of do it, but I could see someone doing it by accident.
So I'm not sure why. I don't know. I have an assumption as to why that might have been. It seems like that one may have been the longest in development just because of how much there is to that one. And
I think it's because they wanted to do the DLC and they decided to split it and make it its own fleshed out thing.
Yeah, more than likely.
Which, by the way, this doesn't feel like there was less content. It just, there's no story in the original one. I mean, there is, but you know, it's an outline instead of being a track.
Like an optional story. Then you have to go through the story.
The accusing someone doesn't always have to spawn. Like I said, you can miss Nimue. You don't have to see the Red Prince either. So, like, depending on what loads in and the way you go, you're just shooting shit.
See, yeah, and I spent the most time in that one and got the most story from that one just because I was poking around. It was the first world that spawned for me.
If you look, it's there.
Yeah.
But like compared to the other ones, you don't have to do it, especially on that planet. If you get the opposite, that one's all story and fucking awesome. You got to go through this fucking town. They make you go to the fucking insane asylum like twice.
Oh, sorry, that's what I meant. So when I first loaded in, my first world that I got was the insane asylum one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
To go in.
That's probably the best story.
That one is good. And then from there, I got more story as to like why the Fae and God, I don't remember what the name of
it's like the Drow or something.
That's
the Drang or something stupid.
Yeah.
Drang.
Yeah. The Dark Elves. Victorian Dark Elves.
Victorian Dark Elves from Bloodborne.
Oh my God. They ripped off. Like, I don't even care. I love Bloodborne and I don't care that they did that. But they could have anything else. Because like, I got there. I was like, oh, someone likes Bloodborne, making a joke. Then I see burnt corpses reaching for shit in the sky. All right, Bloodborne. Oh,
there was no shame to that one.
There's a shit ton of pigs here, too. Bloodborne. Then my first elite shows up with a fucking weird chainsaw thing running at me with the fucking clothes on. I'm like, wow. Come on, guys. Come on. Replace Eldritch horrors with fucking fairies, and that's the same thing.
Yeah. But I did get the story because I played through hard on that one, and then after I got done with that one, I went through, what is it, adventure mode, and reloaded it. trying to get other stuff because I saw that there were missed opportunities for things. I was like, how did I get this staff where I could capture people's dreams? How do I capture people's dreams? Why do I do that? So I went through and tried to get everything from that world. So I reset it over and over again. I thought it was cool, but I see what you're saying. I went overboard on that one, and that's the only reason why I got as much as I did.
Yeah.
I didn't do that with any of the other ones, especially not the Pan Planet.
I've done the Pan Planet a lot. The Pan Planet is not as bad as when I first got there. I hate that was my first planet, but it's not that bad. I like that the Empress is old fucking raggedy bitch now because she can suck a dick.
No, I hate that with other people, if it's your game, they can spawn things for you or like do the story for you, and you'll have like no idea.
Hey, I found you that clip.
I know you. I'm just saying that shouldn't be possible. It's my game.
Yeah, I could see it queuing you up for that because when you go to a stone, if everybody's not there, it doesn't let you do anything at the rock.
Yeah, exactly.
So in the first one, if I remember correctly anyway, when you started multiplayer, if you weren't touching a stone, I didn't load into your world. Like it would say I'm there at your stone waiting, but I wouldn't be able to trigger that shit, which I think if they just did that would help solve those problems.
Probably.
But that's something like that really like made me like angry at the game.
Well, specifically that situation was I loaded into your game. I did not see where you were. You were not at the stone. You were nowhere on the map. So I just walked and it triggered that cutscene.
That was also bugged too, because if you remember, there was 2 versions of Clementine and the eyeball guy.
Yeah.
Like it didn't know what to do. And it wouldn't let us into the world at first.
Yeah, so. It locked the door, the like portal for a little bit. I don't know why. I went up to it and press E and then walked back to talk to the guy, one of his copies. Talked to the guy, went back to it. The door was fine. So,
yeah, no idea.
And they should do it like Dark Souls 2, though, where like not 2 as a number, but 2 as an also, where only the main guy can walk through the fog door or whatever it is first.
Yeah.
That way I couldn't start the battles or the cutscenes or whatever without, you.
Well, I feel like whoever's game should be like the controller of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Dark Souls stops anyone from doing anything of importance because they wouldn't be able to initiate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would do it.
And again, you have to spawn in at a bonfire or a crystal, so.
Yeah.
It's not horrible, but I'm with you, Tom.
Yeah.
Oh, I have something else about story that's very nitpicky, and I don't know if they go into it. So the stupid planet whose name I don't remember with all the ghosts and the robots, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. Thank you, Narud. Is an artificial planet, right? They made it. It's a giant space station with dirt, right? So they created this thing. Their whole goal in life was to find another existence, right? Something else alive that's not them.
Correct.
They're clearly very smart because they built a planet ship. They've traveled through black holes and they have robots and shit everywhere that are still functioning after they're gone. So they're not dumb. They're very technologically advanced. They, at one point, especially if you go through the fucking black hole to whatever the hell they were trying to get to, you hear an audio log and the guy's like, we never found anyone. It's been, 10,000 years or some bullshit. I feel like I failed my people by not finding anything. If I knew for a fact there wasn't anything, I wouldn't be a failure, but I don't know. Bro, there is a portal to the labyrinth on your planet that you made. How the fuck do you not know that other things exist? You didn't make that. And it's not even like it's in some random part. It's in a fucking tower.
That's true.
If this wasn't an artificial planet, I'd be like, okay, this thing was here. They were like, it's just a weird formation, even though it looks like something. But it's literally, they built a temple around it. And clearly they didn't make it. Also, why is it there? It's a planet they made.
Gentlemen, we interrupt this broadcast for shameless self-promotion. End in the middle because it's evil and hilarious. Subordinates, Have you subscribed yet? Commented, liked, left a review? No? Would you kindly? It's unbecoming of an evil empire to solicit the love and affection of its loyal patrons. Your support is appreciated and mandatory, like your attention. You know, that's a good question. If you build a structure big enough, things will accrete to it. So you'll create an artificial structure that'll just pull in dust and whatever over time. And I guess, I mean, we're talking eons here. They were the first things in existence in the universe. First sentient life, I guess.
Okay. So I guess if the people, all right, but the labyrinth is not outside of time, but it kind of is, like, you know what I mean?
It is. Yeah, might as well be. It's the hub of the multiverse.
Which, by the way, ready to solve this problem, all they had to do was show that portal, make it look like it crashed on the planet somewhere. Like how there is in Ward 13 behind all this shit. You know how it's like chained up when you go through the labyrinth of the secret one? Just make it like that. Oh, look, this fell here. Not to be 10 seconds to fix this fucking problem.
I mean, it could have been something like it didn't always exist there.
Yeah,
but I think canonically they do.
Okay, but again, if it didn't always exist there, who put it there? Why they put it inside a building? And how did the robot that watches everything inside this fucking building not notice it?
Because it's a robot? I mean, aren't most of his people dead except for the mutated ones?
Yes,
except for
because
one.
That one guy, well, he's mutated too, so we're gonna throw him in that category.
But the what is he? The cultivator, curator.
Curator?
The curator's a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the curator thinks that one mutated guy isn't actually still alive and just wants his key, right?
I don't remember the specific of the story. Oh no, he does know he's alive, or he wants his brain or soul or some shit.
Yeah.
So he knows he's alive because if you talk to him, he says something like, "So when you say get this thing, do you mean?" He says something like, "Grim as it may be, murder the man." Which is why I keep telling you it's the one where he wants you to go shiv someone.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a weird planet. So that one hasn't had a DLC. That one's the next DLC, right?
We all assume, right? I don't know if they have a roadmap, but they did the other two, so I would assume, which I'm not super excited for. I mean, I will be when it comes out, but it's my least favorite planet.
Okay, so I kind of like
DLCs, so
yeah, we'll play through them. I do like that planet. I think it's a cool story.
I don't hate the planet. It's just my least favorite. But 1 second, Tom, I don't think you have to buy them. I think we can just take you to the DLC.
I think we can, yeah. We'll try it. I could see when I got there, that was like the third planet I did.
Same.
I think it's most likely that one is not going to be your first planet.
Tom got it.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my first planet, and I blew up.
Nice. Okay, so I could see that affecting your opinion of the game negatively because I was invested going there, so it made sense. Everything else in that game is not a barren wasteland except for that, and that one it's a little boring.
Actually, that's my favorite planet.
Is it?
Yep.
Told you he eats Elmer's glue.
I like the dungeons and the events. I just don't I don't even care that it's a barren planet. I just, it was more defined. So like, you know how it like tries to tell you by the edge with the red?
Mm-hmm.
It starts that early sometimes and you start getting sick and you get stuck here and trying to find out where every little fucking thing is I can't see.
Depending on which version you get.
It pisses me off.
There is a part where you have to go through that and you have to just die to get through it. You're almost gonna die. You're not gonna die. You have to be, I looked it up because there was like nowhere I could go. And you just have to keep going through until you get to the one side and then you'll be fine.
Sounds right.
I think it's because the class I picked was Hunter. So it made me feel like my class was viable.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of distance fighting on that one.
Yeah. So
that's the spot to put you.
So in comparison with the other two, it felt like my class wasn't useless.
Yeah.
I was using the Arbalest for most of my original run, except for there because I couldn't bounce it off anything.
Oh, yeah.
Tom, that's the gun where all the discs bounce around, so clearly doesn't work in open spaces.
The Frisbee gun.
It's great for those dungeons, though, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now I just fucking I throw dots. My dots bounce around, so doesn't even matter. I'll kill one guy, and you'll just see numbers ticking off all the way to the side. It's like, oh,
Yeah, I think I got my poison like rat things there. Nerd.
yeah, I don't have that one. Whatever mini boss drops it, I don't have it.
They're useful. I played that entire game as a medic and a guardian, except for the last boss. And that was a good combo for me. It's like I have a very helpful dog. And when all else fails, an LMG. Oh, but X, Y, and Z is have LMG.
Did it with the dog and this is the enforcer. Not out of choice. That was just all that I fucking found. Well, I wasn't going to be a medic. I found that too, but
Oh, the medic is so good.
Medic is pretty good.
at that point, I was already healing myself pretty well. I didn't need my own healing things.
It's useful.
I'm still healing myself pretty well. I just downgraded my healing ability for damage because I was healing too much.
Sounds like a personal privilege problem.
Well, yeah, because the summoner, I was like, all right, I'll try this. I didn't grind out the blood moons till way later. I'm like, all right, I don't give a fuck anymore. I couldn't find the thing for the fucking, what's the heavy machine gun guy again? Whatever it's called, engineer.
Yeah.
I had to look that up. I couldn't find the actual spot. I couldn't get someone to fucking kill me in the fucking Victorian place for the other one. You gotta get the fucking rat from the sewer to drag you under.
Oh, yeah.
You don't get the gunslinger to the end of the game. And at that point, I'm like, all right, I'm going to finish this before I level anything up. So,
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay. So I had that one to start because I pre-ordered it. I totally forgot that you don't get that.
yeah, it was a pre-order bonus.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, well, this is fucking lame.
Which one is the Challenger? Is that the melee guy?
It's the tank. Well, it doesn't have to be melee. I did nothing with melee in it, but yeah, it's like the tank build.
That's the one. Okay. So I'm looking at it like they have a sizable list. Alchemist, Archon, Challenger, Engineer, Explorer, Gunslinger, Handler, Hunter, Invader, Invoker.
Oh,
Not out
Invader.
yet.
I got that later. Invoker's out. It's the new
Is it?
DLC one, right?
Oh, is that okay? Medic, Summoner, Ritualist. So out of those, I have the Alchemist, the Medic, Summoner, Hunter, Handler, Ritualist, Gunslinger, Challenger. I'm missing the Archon. I technically have the Explorer because I beat it.
Yeah, you got it automatically.
And then the Invoker.
Yeah. So same. I'm missing the second DLC one and Archon, which we can all go get.
Yeah.
So I'll save it and we'll just, because only one of us has to have all the stupid shit.
And then we could go to the back rooms, which are modeled after the back rooms at Gunfire.
Yeah. Can't wait. Oh, that's that too. So the pieces of gear that you need, that's all Ford's loadout. So that's probably where he was the entire time, threatening devs.
There
Tom,
you go.
if you're a little lost here, the event we're talking about is you literally go to Gunfire Games, the people who make this studio, and steal shit from their world.
Funny.
But you need Ford's exact build, like to the ring and clasp
Got
it.
it,
Yeah.
got it.
Yep. And the funny part about the Archon is it's modeled after the Warlock in Destiny 2.
Oh, is it? I don't even know what it does. I'm being completely honest.
It is. It has like the electric tempest, whatever thing where you like storm wizard up in the air and shoot lightning bolts, Sith Lord style around.
Bitchin'.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's kind of an open homage, and like both companies were on board with it. Destiny was honored.
Yeah. Destiny's pretty cool when it comes to all that shit.
Yeah, except they're lame with everything else.
I haven't played in forever, so I can't speak.
I haven't either. I hope they're doing better.
I want to go back, but I also don't want to do anything to get myself caught up.
Correct.
I don't think I can go back anymore.
It's a toxic relationship.
It's just so many games that going back to that seems like a waste of my attention.
I really just miss the PvP, to be honest.
Yeah. And Cade, he's back.
But that wasn't even enough to get me to come back.
Tempting. Anyway, how do you guys think that Gunfire pulled it off?
They did a good job. I don't know.
Yeah,
They
but
had an
how?
idea and executed it.
I think the world building was good, and I think that smooths over any lack of the gameplay, but the gameplay was solid. So
So they had a good story idea, right? That was Chronos, which evolved into much more shit. But essentially, it was interdimensional travel with humans being able to connect to guardians or minor gods on different planets, whatever the fuck you want to qualify them as, right? They then just kept growing that, but realized that no one gave a shit about Chronos because it was a VR game, unfortunately, and that was well before anyone really had one.
I think you can play it non-VR now.
You can. It's called Chronos something else. That's how I played it, actually.
I hope that's the name of it.
It's not. It's got a tag. So someone was like, this story is awesome. We need to do more shit with it. I'm like, all right, but we're not doing that again because it was a shitty, not shitty, but like it's not a good Souls clone, you know? Like gameplay wise, the controls aren't tight. At least on at least not on the non-VR one. I didn't play the VR one, which is fine because it's an afterthought, you know, it was whatever. Then they had Remnant 2, where they definitely figured out what to do gameplay wise. They just didn't flush it out. You know, it was a little more repetitive, especially with the bosses. Most of the bosses are, here is a big bad, let me spawn ads. That was every fight.
Yep.
Until the DLC. So now we got to this one. They just took everything that worked and made it a little bit better. Even the stuff I thought I didn't like. I thought I wasn't going to like the cap on traits or the class system. I did. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed all of that. So fucking good job, guys.
I agree. I got really, like, it's hard for me to get involved in a game and constantly come back with what little free time that I have. So it came out in July. I played it all the way through, I want to say like October. I kept going back, re-rolling everything, trying to get through all the puzzles, trying not to look up anything, only to look up if I was missing something, like where to spawn X, Y, and Z, how to do it.
You kind of have to, though, dude. There's shit here you'd never find.
Yeah. But that was a lot of fun. My first time going through the electric tower descent thing.
That was so much fun.
I died 500,000 times. It was the most fun death every time. I don't think I got mad once at it.
I'm glad. I'm glad you guys like that too, because that is a deterrent of these type of games with a lot of people.
No, I went into it knowing full well. I committed.
Dude, knowing is half the battle. It still doesn't make it, man.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Anyway. But I don't know. It sold me when I got to Los Somme, and there was just so much going on all at once. I was like, there's this story thread, and then this one, and this one. Oh, man. There's a lady eating nightmares. Bet I'm going to find out what that's about.
Fucking best story, too. She was a good boss.
She was my favorite boss fight of all time. I don't know why it's not that good, but it was just so much fun to get eaten through the wall.
Her presentation was really good. I think my favorite boss fight isn't even like a main boss. I think it's the Red Prince.
He is a badass fight.
The fire and like the small quarters, especially by yourself, I was not expecting that the first time.
Yeah, whipping that fire sword thing around.
It just makes you have to fight on this tiny ass pedestal. How about you, Tom? You got a favorite encounter?
I don't know that I have a favorite one yet.
Nah. I fought the DLC, the new DLC boss, by accident. That fight's pretty fucking involved and crazy too.
Is it?
Because it automatically, when you roll an adventure now, that shit's incorporated. You can roll the DLC if you're not playing the DLC.
Okay.
So I got that, realizing
because
that's what it was.
The first time you roll into the DLC, it's a structured route. And then you can re-roll.
You can roll it separately. But if you re-roll that planet that it's on, you can still pull that as the random roll. So I didn't realize it was a DLC. I thought it was just the opposite story.
Interesting. That's fun. Did either of you guys insult the queen and start the fight right then and there on the Pan planet?
Absolutely. I hate that bitch.
I think I did it with Chris because I was like, do you want to fight her? And I think we lost actually because I think we both like rolled off.
We did. Correct. We fell off the fucking like a bunch of
I. Running down the stairs. I killed 2 of the dudes. And I was fleeing from the other 2. And yeah.
It was like the beginning of the fight though that I fell off. I don't think I did anything.
And I was under-leveled to be challenging her to begin with.
You'll be fine. Promise.
It's all right. We went to jail, got a sword.
Yep.
Some bitch was like, the queen's the old lady. And I'm like, good. Hate that bitch.
Yeah.
I liked
sure.
that. I liked all the people they brought back, especially for like the path that they chose as like canon. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, because isn't it only a 20-year leap?
Someone figured out the math. It's like 20, 30. I don't know. Enough time for everyone to look older. But like not everyone be dead, obviously.
Yeah. Some people are immortal like Mudtooth and Ford.
I don't think Mudtooth's immortal. I think he's an old man.
He is immortal. He's been old forever.
I don't. Ford is. I don't think Mudtooth is.
No, I don't know if he is.
Tooth.
I would like that to be the case.
Maybe it's
me
just
too.
his concoctions.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
could be.
Just drinking his stuff. Let's see.
He's just all super cancer. Not a real organ left.
But yeah, fucking Barbas is an optional boss in the first one, and they had him literally join the fucking war to take care of Mudtooth. They brought Mumbles back, whatever the fuck his name is.
I don't know. I'm curious as to how, like, that team is phenomenal. They did a really good job, but what's their secret? Like, it's not that much of a departure from the first one. Well, not the first one, Remnant 1, but it's different enough that it's a fresh experience. You could jump into just Remnant 2 and not have played Remnant 1.
Well, that has to do with
really
the fact that
not
the
miss anything.
fucking story is missing. So
Yeah, but I feel like, because you had to read so much in the first one.
well, that's what I'm saying. So it wasn't really there. So like you could play Remnant 1 and not know what the fuck is going on. I think that was all of
And I
Yahtzee's
didn't.
review.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and Tom just said what he didn't even play the first one. He ended up having a good time. I think that's it though. It's good world building while you're there too, and then a tight gameplay loop that you can drop in and out of with random people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So world building is a big part of any game that has any story for me, because as someone who used to dungeon master games, I know how much goes into that. And
Fighting
so
the urge to make fun of you so bad right now.
yeah, you can make fun of me all you want. but
I'm not
it's-
gonna proceed.
You fucking also used to play D&D.
That's true. I'm just saying.
And he played in my games.
That yep.
Yeah, so you were there
takes-
for this.
It takes one to know one.
So I know how much work can go into that, and the look and feel of it. Like every place that I went had its own look and feel. Yeah, it might have taken things from other things that we knew, but it had a distinct look and feel from every other world in the game.
Really, just the one is Bloodborne. I want you to go play Bloodborne just so you can be like, oh, fuck.
Hey, I recognize that flaming carriage.
Yeah, oh my God, the fucking empty carriages too. I forgot about that.
That was because when I loaded in, the path that I had to go forward was around a carriage, and then to the right was another carriage, and then a sewer system.
And again, I love that fucking world and level. But goddamn.
Know what mini boss I hate there? The Huntress.
Which that's just the one that jumps around
Yep.
Yeah.
in the
The one where you steal her
cemetery.
memory to get, I forget what.
Oh, you can steal her memory? I murdered.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She was asleep. I didn't even think
Oh, yeah,
about
yeah.
that. What do
I
you get?
reloaded. So let me look it up.
I just hate because she would show up, hit you like for a
And
few
fuck
times,
you up.
and that fuck you up, and then just randomly run away.
Well, see,
Yep.
when I met her, she wasn't fucking no one up. The running away part was pissing me off. I'm like, stay here so I can murder you. And then I walked too far away. I was like, well, I'm not going to leave this run through without murdering her. And I found her back at the graveyard asleep, which I'm guessing where you steal her dream. And Tom, that's a trick to it, because you can just drain all of her health by the time she fucking wakes up.
Yep.
I went and I nuked her ass before she even got up back on her goddamn horse.
Yeah, unfortunately, like the graveyard was like the last spot that I went to.
I got you. Again, it wasn't even on purpose. I was hoping she would spawn again. I'm like, we're going to finish this? What's going on? That is annoying.
Okay, so when you kill her, you get the spear. That sounds about accurate.
Oh, is that the one that I'm using?
Huntress Dream. I think that is, yeah.
Oh, I'm glad I killed her then.
Let's see here.
I hate the stupid sewer boss with it's like a giant bug and a little ball that comes out of it. Because I keep falling down into the water.
Thing? Yeah. That thing sucked. I hated that. Oh, did you guys do the cavern where all the drains are covered by the green slimes?
Oh, no. But apparently if you break all of them, you can watch it slowly fill up with
grenade
water
launcher.
Over 2 hours.
I did. And it actually fills.
Yeah. You just come back. You don't have to watch it. But yeah,
I know, but I did because they said it would. And I also couldn't play, so I just left it running.
Well, that's how I got. You need the Void Heart for the back rooms. It's the planet that Tom blew up. If you don't blow it up and you talk to that guy again after giving him whatever the fuck he needs from the core, he's like, oh, I need to do calculations. You have to wait 24 actual hours, then go and talk to him for him to finish his fucking calculations.
Jesus.
Then he'll send you through the black hole.
Oh, this is what it is. The familiar weapon mod.
Oh, okay. So I didn't miss out then. I got the right thing.
You could get both.
No, I know, but I meant like I don't play with familiars right now, and I'm actively using the spear. So I'm saying it worked out for me.
That's fair. I found the spear incredibly useful on saving ammunition on small things.
Well, I spread shit. It causes erosion, right? Automatically.
I think so.
So
erosion or poison?
Poison, whatever, same shit.
Whatever the hell.
As far as I'm concerned. And I have a mod on it that every third attack has to be a charge. It has to be 3 hits, but they don't have to be charged. But after that, if I use this charged attack, there we go. It also does lightning damage.
There you go. Also, you can carry over different parts of the world to other worlds, like stealing dreams. Different weapons trigger different things in other worlds.
Yes, they do. But that gets tricky because some things don't save if they're through adventures.
Yes, but it was
so if you don't get that dream staff early, then
well, no, because you could go back and do it ish.
Yeah, it's just you have to kind of replay the world or whatever.
Yeah.
So because of the way that I was playing that particular world, I was finding shit and then going, what do I do with this? Look it up. I found 2 statues and then thought, you should look this up before you put them someplace stupid.
Nah, put them someplace. I would look up shit under 2 conditions. One, if I had finished the world and I still had something. I'm like, all right, I didn't figure out what the fuck this was for. Or one of the things it's for. And 2, if I was absolutely stuck on a fucking puzzle for I don't know how long, but until I got frustrated. Which, by the way, I ended up finding the pulsing heart, I think it is, early on, because a puzzle I couldn't fucking figure out. I spent a half an hour trying to figure out how to open a fucking door. Still didn't open it, but ended up finding secrets because I kept like, there's got to be like a fake wall or a button or something. I finally Google it. You want to know how you open that door? You need 2 people. Fuck you.
I don't know. I had good luck on a bunch of that shit. Like getting the one of the better bows in the game, or the best base damage bow in the game. I just happened to go into that room when there was a blood moon.
How you liking the bows? I tried one.
Bows are okay. The one you get from, what is it, Nimwe's Dream, is way better than everything else.
I also didn't like build into it. Like I know there's rings and shit for it, so that probably helps. But I was like,
They're good if you have, so like if we're playing together, I put the bow on because you guys could take care of the small shit. I could, just pound shots into whatever boss's face.
There's a lot of shit like that too, where I'm like, oh, this would be cool if I wasn't mostly playing by myself.
Yeah. Which I'm not even mad at.
Oh, too many rings.
Not enough rings. I should be able to equip more than 1 ring per finger.
They're just, and I know that like you could do shit, but there's some of them that just seem fucking useless. Fuck any gray health build. There's no reason for it.
So, that phantom dodge build I tried that uses gray health and then you can heal through it.
Yeah.
It makes you invincible because you teleport. I killed myself with it too much.
but see, you would need to put on too many things to make it work. And
it wasn't even that bad.
Or not even just that, but like in general with what I've seen with gray health, or not even just that, but there's certain things like that too. There's too many things you'd have to attach for it to be worth it, or I could just be putting on something else.
I think there were two that if you just had those two rings, one was like heal some of your gray health. It's like on hit. And the other was if you get hit, convert half the damage into gray health. And I think with both of those, it's basically any other two rings can work.
Okay, but that's not that much health getting back. Like you're getting something, but then I also, you know what you could do? Just fucking have the ring that when you make people bleed, you get a shit ton of health back, and then use a weapon that always makes someone bleed, or make yourself bleed, because that also counts.
Yeah, but like if you had like an LMG, for example, that could be like an easy build.
My favorite.
I just think there's better ways to heal yourself.
There are.
Because like to really make that work, you'd also want to wear the ring or the necklace, I forget what it is, that converts half of your health automatically to gray. Then there's another one that does something else too, where like you only heal gray health, but it's faster. And I'm just at this point, for it to, in my opinion, for it to be worth it, I'm wasting way too many slots on something I don't care about.
Well, I just did the two rings, and it got me pretty close to most of the bosses.
Oh, okay. So you actually did try it.
Yeah, I did actually try it. So, because the rings I were getting were sucky, and they were kind of the best rings I had at the time.
So I, in the beginning, built into Bulwark. I didn't do a ton of I didn't do a ton of damage, but I didn't get hit worth a shit.
It's another thing too, though, that if you build into it, you take like no fucking damage.
There were Bulwark charges coming out of left, right, and center, and then when I stood in my healing circle, I got Bulwark, and then my pet triggered Bulwark and got Bulwark. Like nobody was taking damage.
There's a ring that gives you one stack of that plus another when you get hit, and then heals you based on how many you have.
Damn.
That's all one ring too.
Damn.
Well, good for you, Tom, with gray health. I still think it's fucking stupid. Not the whole idea, just builds based around it, by the way. Using it a little bit is fine, but I'm talking about like, this is my thing.
Well, if you're not getting much, you have to work with what you have.
That's true. What else did I try and build into? Really just enhancing healing and like mod damage, because I liked using mods. They seem to be working really well whenever I was trying to fight bosses or just...
I don't have a lot of mods. It's true.
Mods and mutators.
Yeah,
which I didn't get into. It's like the second planet. I was like, oh, I should probably look at these now.
Yeah.
That'll really amp your gun up if you have one that works with your build.
The LMG is probably my favorite weapon in the game. On top of everything else, I don't care what anybody says. I know it's probably not good as the difficulty scales. It's just so useful to me to dump shots downrange at people. That's why the Huntress, she wasn't even that annoying the first time I saw her. I made her disappear. If you do enough damage, she will disappear.
Yep.
I was still using Arbalest at the time.
And then anytime one of the chainsaw guys popped out of wherever, I have a full drum, friend. I think you want to go and hide.
I had a mutator for the Arbalest where it's every time you reload, you do more damage stacking up to X amount of times. The gun has one bullet per reload, and it makes you reload faster, I think, too, after you make it at 10, level 10.
I know what you're talking about.
So just ching, ching, ching.
Yep.
I was like, I love this. That's why I wanted a sniper rifle. I did that in the first one. Just throw on rings that make you do more damage when you reload. Reloading every time, motherfucker.
You guys try any of the shotguns or building around shotguns?
Yeah, I used the double barrel for most of the game.
There you
until
go.
I found, I forget what it is right now, but it's a space gun from Tom's Favorite Planet. It shoots like a shotgun, but it's not. And it holds like 6 or 8 bullets.
Interesting.
I think it also shoots 2 at a time, right?
It doesn't do 2 at a time. You have 2 shots. The one I'm talking about anyway, the shotgun. There's a couple shotguns, so you could have a different one. Mine was specifically the double barrel, And yeah, I loved it. It did a shit ton of damage. The only problem is if you make it past those 2 shots, I'm like, oh, well, I gotta stab you or hope my other gun also has bullets.
Yeah,
What?
basically.
What melee weapon did you guys choose?
I'm still rocking my what is it? Machete or whatever. The like default one.
The leaf spring machete, yeah.
We gotta get you something else. What was I using before the spear? I don't even fucking remember.
What was your original main class?
The one with the dog.
Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah, me neither. Melee is a lot more viable this game, and it took me a while to realize that. It was useless in 1, so.
I got the broadsword.
Yeah, the broadsword's good. The flail was my favorite. It's good for like minor enemies if they get close, because you could just hold it above your head and swing it and then angle. And it'll hit for a while.
You know what looked good? I was playing with someone online who had the spectral sword. That shit was crazy.
The laser sword?
Huh?
The lasery looking one, like the lightsaber
yeah.
Warframe looking one?
Yeah.
I have that one.
However you trigger the fucking phantom slashes, I haven't used it. But holy shit, he was destroying people with it.
Interesting. I gotta look into that because I'm
pretty sure that's what I'm thinking of. It's a glowing sword, right? Almost katana looking. Not quite, but it's like, yeah. I don't know what triggers it or like how do you. I'm sure it's the mod on it. I just don't know what you have to do if you just click the button or whatever. But he would just hit it, and you just see him slash like fucking 6 people at once.
The spectral blade. It's let's see here. Where's it from? Not that it matters.
I have it too. I just didn't use it because I'm going through. I'm like, what is that? Oh, I do have it.
Does it say where it's from?
Yeah, I don't remember where anything is from.
It's an Eldalon shard.
Corrupted shit.
I don't know.
I need to get Merciless is the gun I'm using, right? It's the bleeding gun.
Yes.
I need the corrupted version of that.
I need to get the Ritualist Scythe. That's what I need.
Oh, that's easy. I've gotten it like 6 times.
Yeah.
I hate going there. I'm tired of doing it. That's how many times it pops into my fucking rotation.
Atom Smasher. Oh, I need to get the Assassin's Dagger. I didn't get that.
I have that. That's how you're supposed to get the crown from the Red Prince. Yep. I keep not killing him with it.
You guys have the Stonebreaker, don't you?
What's it look like? And maybe.
It looks like one of the swords from the troll places in WoW.
Oh, is that the one from going to jail?
I think so.
Then yeah, we got that.
The Krell axe is a really good one.
That was like my first melee weapon that I found, and I was like, that's a good callback. The Krell are fucking dwarves from Kronos.
I'm pretty sure that was a weapon in Remnant 1 that you could use.
It might have been. Like I said, melee was mostly useless in 1, so it didn't really matter. You used it just to finish off if shit was like kind of alive. I used in the first one, it was a small scythe that had lifesteal, so it gave it kind of purpose. I would just heal myself back because you could throw it and it would like spin like a buzzsaw and come back to you like a boomerang.
There's a shovel.
There is a shovel, which I also have because I was like, I'm buying this to shovel.
Oh, that's the katana that I got. That was so I need to get the scrap hatchet, and you just buy that. But I had the Edge of the Forest. I used that for a little bit because I thought it was hilarious because it's kind of a callback to Adventure Time.
Oh, the leaf blade?
Yep.
When Finn loses his hand?
I thought it was hilarious.
I'm going to use these knuckle dusters just to have fun with it.
Those seem like they could be fun.
I don't have the vice grips. I'm missing that.
Yeah, no idea.
I have almost all of this. Jesus Christ.
Where do you get the Blade of Adventure from?
I don't have that. What's the Blade of Adventure? Oh, that's the one for beating. Oh, no, that's a hero sword. Never mind.
Yeah. Ooh, the Rebellion Spear. See, there's so many things. And for no reason, I'm not going to use these. I'm going to collect them.
Yeah, I bought all the armor. I'm not going to use any of that, but you know.
We probably could.
Tom, you want to play on ridiculously hard mode and be angry?
It's not that bad. I mean, it's hard. I'm not going to belittle it, but it's not like it's impossible.
I didn't say it was impossible. Oh, I want Nightshade. This is just someone's fucking hand.
Yes. That's, you got to shoot her finger off.
Yeah, we're going to do that. I wanted someone's hand. Oh, all right. We're getting distracted now. We're just talking about weapons.
I mean, I'm going to cut it anyway.
What else were we talking about?
I don't know. Building, weapon crafting, all the different things that go in. So like, all right, so you have your mutators, you have your
Which you end up liking.
the
I
mods.
wish you saw like an easier way to track the mutators than go find this random invader somewhere. Because the guy that sells them, all of them are pretty basic and shitty. The good ones are random, but that guy's just not always there, I don't think. Some of them are there, like they're just there if you show up, but I think some of them are random.
What is the name of that?
It's a whole
Melee
fucking
weapon.
game though, so I guess I can't complain.
The bone chopper. Okay, so when you go get the bone chopper, the guy that guards the bone chopper is one of those things. I forget what they call them, the anomalies. There are certain ones that are automatically triggered, or if whatever event happens to spawn them is going on, they will spawn. So it's not always totally random.
Like I said though, the whole game is like this, so I guess I fucking should be used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those are cool. Fucking, I thought it was gonna be too many too with the mods and the mutators, but I actually do like both. Because when you find one that works with your weapon, let alone your build that you're going with, you're like, ooh, oh goddamn.
Ooh, piece of candy.
It's just fun.
With Rebellion, originally I had put the extra bleed one on it, so I was leaving 3 fucking stacks of bleed on people. Plus, if I crit, it did like a bigger one. Until I kept fighting things that can bleed, and I'm like, I have to switch this. So now it does fire, but I took the fucking bleed one and put it on my pistol.
What's the one that I like how the mods change the look of the weapon.
Me too, but they didn't do as good a job, or it doesn't feel like it compared to the first one. I feel like there were more visual options because it's really just like the mad scientist and the root look. That's all I've noticed.
Yeah, so the electric one is kind of like shiny armored with electricity stuff on it. The root look is like the decay one. The fire one looks cool on the LMG. It's just a bunch of like Molotov cocktails duct taped to the weapon.
Maybe I just didn't use enough, which I haven't. I can't wait to play this game again with someone else, or if we do whatever, just so I can use all this shit I didn't use this time.
That's what this game does really well. It sets up opportunities for you to look forward to doing other shit.
Because I have so much cool shit that I want to see if it will work out. Like that chain mod, I want to fucking use that where I fucking shoot someone and then shoot chains to them. They smash together. That sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But also my build makes me feel like a god.
Oh God, what's the name of the gun? There is a gun that you can use with that shoots. It's probably an offhand gun. It shoots like electric grenades that stick to the floor.
Nice.
Yeah, that one, that would work good. Oh, there's a cube gun. What is it? Enigma.
Mark does like his cubes.
It's weird. It has infinite ammo unless you miss, and then you run out and have to wait for it to recharge.
Oh, the rupture cannon is the sidearm that I replaced the shotgun with. It's a little space gun that kind of shoots like a shotgun, but it's a pistol.
There you go.
Does a bunch of damage and has pretty good range.
So it's basically a Magnum.
No.
Except for it holds 12 shots, but it fires like a shotgun, like
So its actual
tight
description
spread,
is a
but-
mid-range pistol shotgun with a brisk fire rate and medium recoil, slower reload.
So
yeah, it
it's
does not
soft.
reload fast. Yeah, kind of. It's a fucking sci-fi saw-off that looks like it's made out of bones for some reason.
Yeah, don't know why, but yes, exactly.
Because it shoots bones at people.
It shoots electricity, actually.
It should shoot bones.
Does not do electric damage, by the way.
Eh.
Not like the other one I was using. What the fuck was it called? There's another gun from there that I was using too. I don't fucking remember what it is, but it shoots in like little spurts, and they're electric bullets, but does not count as electric damage. I was like, well, that's fucking stupid.
It'd be funny if it like was acid or something. Fire.
I was using Sorrow for a while too. That was a little handheld crossbow that you can recall the bullets back to you. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's okay.
As an early weapon, it was really good. Like I got it within like the first hour of like on World 1.
Wow.
You could get a corrupted merciless now.
Yes. Which one's merciless? That's the one I'm using. Yeah, I was telling you I got a corrupted one.
Interesting.
I just need like 6 more corrupty things that I forget what they're called.
Noted.
I need to get this right here, the Nebula. I want to shoot acid.
Ah, yes. That's a fun one.
Tom is on his way to go get, so he's going to take me because I said so.
There you go. Do you feel like the game has earned its keep?
Abso-fucking-lutely, dude. I'm still playing it. I beat it. I remember I told Tom I beat it. He's like, already? Yeah. And I've been on constantly since anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize where I was when I was like, really? Already?
Yeah, you thought the game was going to be a lot longer. Well,
yeah, well, I thought based off the shards of the worlds, I thought like, oh, I have 6 worlds left.
So I hope that they do add them because I think that's what the intention was, because that's what it looks like the intention was. So I hope they add them and we get more worlds to it, not just like the add-on DLC, extend the story, whatever.
It's a lot more popular this time, so as long as these sold well, I don't see why they wouldn't. It seems to be, it's a little mixed because some people are like, oh, it's the same fucking worlds, which hopefully they'll be like, oh, you want new ones? I got you, bro. But they also originally promised to have all 3 out in a year, and I feel like that was unreasonable. So,
depends on the size
they
of the
still
team.
have time.
Yeah, but they already pushed the second one back, and everyone's like, guys, just, it's fine. We don't care. We're cool. Take your time.
Yeah, I do think that they need to put like a whole new world in with the next one. Like that would be the play. I
would love it to not be the planet, but I feel like it's gonna be, and then they'll do a separate DLC. What was oh, okay. So if we go back to 1, right? The original DLC was technically on Earth, but they made it feel like it was in a laboratory, and then you went to this, so it felt separate. The second one wasn't well received because it was the swamp. They added some shit to it and added a mode. Everyone's like, not enough content. I think there was. I'm fine with it. And then number 3 was a completely new planet, and that's where you met fucking Clementine, and it was all ice and rats.
I remember the swamp planet. I don't think I did the third one.
Well, because the swamp planet was in the base game.
Okay.
They just added to it. They added more story and another boss and some dungeons.
Okay.
But because of that, people were like, oh.
Yeah, but I don't know. If it's done well, I don't think I care if you're expanding the story a sizable amount.
It was done okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm
a fanboy for this, so that's why I'm okay with it. But if I'm being real, it was done okay. The separate mode which was better, like more implemented and like what the expansion really was, but they didn't sell it as that. They sold it as like Return to the Swamp.
I see. All right, so then maybe here's what I would like to see from them. You do your next DLC, say, I don't know, end of the summer, fall, whatever the hell you can get it done. And it's the expansion on Narud, because that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
And then say like, I don't know, January, you could do a season pass or bulk pack, whatever the hell they're calling it. Like I bought whatever the first 3 are altogether.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I did that. I thought I just bought the one. But you do that, and it's a whole new planet come January.
I'd like that.
Right?
And I want that mode back.
Was the mode like a, what was it? Like a boss rush mode?
Kind of. So you and whoever you're playing with, you spawn into this generic room, right? They give you, I don't remember exactly, but let's say like 2,000 scrap, and then there's like 6 vendors. One sells
I do remember it.
Rings, mods, guns, each thing. You can use as much as you want from there to buy your set. I think Dragon Hearts too you could buy. And then you start the run. There's a countdown or count up clock. I don't remember how it was. It wasn't like countdown, I don't think. And it picks a random biome. You run through that, do some stupid minor thing, run through the second half, fight the boss, new biome, and it repeats over and over again. You're constantly leveling up and getting scrap, and like every, I don't know, 4 or 5 rooms, I forget arbitrary how much it was, you can buy new shit. But as time goes by, it also just keeps giving damage buffs to everything. So you want to take your time to get scrap and find things so you get more money. But if you take too long, everything gets way more powerful than you.
Yep.
But that was fun too, because you got to try all kinds of crazy ass shit because it's whatever you get thrown for this run. You know what I mean? It's not investing. It's here's a gun. Hope one of these works. And like, I do like this random gun. You know, the crescent moon bow isn't bad.
Interesting. All right. I'm down with something like that.
I want to know what the fuck Ford was doing. And also, if we go back to the goddamn Pan planet in Remnant 3, I'm going to fucking kill someone.
They just like satyrs and goats and...
Someone fucks goats, man. All
Actually,
3 games, man. The Labyrinth is the only thing that's been in all 3 as well. For obvious reasons. You kind of need the Labyrinth.
You do.
It was a level in Chronos, though, like with bosses and shit.
Yes.
I know there's a boss in this one, too, but it doesn't really count.
First of all, how cool was that boss?
Really cool, and I apologize to Tom again for how useless I was. Tom, I just did that boss again last night. Fucking first try.
Ah, damn, it's a wolf on the wall. Okay, so unlocking the Archon, there's something in the back rooms that's written on the wall. It's a wolf. I thought it was a goat.
Okay, what's the wolf?
I don't remember. I don't feel like reading it. I was wrong. I was like, oh no, there's a goat on the wall. It's proof they hump goats. But it's not. It's a wolf.
I love you.
I was hoping for you. Yeah, that Q boss, that's the other thing. The bosses were really different.
Oh, they're very distinctive this time. Exactly. They feel different. They feel thought out. It's not just, here's a big thing with some moves and a bunch of ads. Which isn't bad for fighting, but like, this feels better.
Yeah.
Also, they all don't need invincibility phases. All right, fucking, we can cut that out. Some of them can have them, but not the amount that have them.
No, fighting the Guardian on the Pan planet was annoying. I mean, I didn't hate it, but
that was my first one.
I died twice to the stupidest things. I could do so much damage. He takes forever to move, and he stomped on me. Okay.
Oh,
it takes so long to move. I could do so much damage, and the platform's gone. Damn it.
Oh, he can send all of his arms flying at you for whatever reason.
I expected that one.
Yeah, man. Someone didn't play Chronos. No, I'm playing.
I don't know. Anytime there's an enemy with multiple arms, I just assume hands are flying at me.
Oh, I did like that too, how they kept referencing the fucking 3 different travelers, the Destroyer, the Wanderer, and the Traveler, whatever the fuck they called them.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Tom, if you didn't know, in Chronos, you know, whatever, the Dark Souls one, after you finish that one, you become the bad guy of Remnant 1. So whenever they reference the Destroyer, they're talking about the main character from Chronos.
Oh.
He had a sad life because he was forced into experiments and then thought he got free. And then the Roop was like, hey, man, you want to really be free? Help me out here.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, this is a magical god friend. And he killed a bunch of Guardians, fucking over all those planets, only to get back to Earth to be grabbed by a bunch of scientists and thrown back into a chair where they induced him into a coma. And that's why the Root showed up at Earth. Well,
yeah, he got screwed. All the people in that program have very sad lives.
Yeah. You know about the one that blew up because of the janitor? Yep. There was one time that connected to an ice planet. So it had to be cold because when you connect to your Guardian or whatever, you feel their same shit. So they left it in regular heat. It got sick. Or maybe it was a fire one that had to cool. I don't fucking remember. Anyway, basically the room that it slept in was like an ice box. So the janitor was always complaining. They're obviously not explaining to him what they're doing. Just you have to clean the room. So he unplugged the fucking air conditioner while I was cleaning, and the fucking person went nuclear. Fucking blew up the room.
Yeah. When you get down to that part of the laboratory, it's just like an exploded room.
It's like it went like a sphere had melted too. Like it's fucking weird.
Yeah, because he imploded on himself. So it projected out whatever, and then it vacuumed it into that planet.
One of the bosses in Chronos too, if you break back, because you're constantly switching from the planets and back into the ward on certain levels to like go through different portals. Because the dwarf people who what were their name, the Kree or the Krell or some shit, they have they actually made their own gateways with their own technology. They look more like doors, like kind of like mirrors, but they had figured out how to use this technology to go to different worlds / different places on their planet. So they're tapping into that. You can go into a ward. I don't know if it gives you the number, and there's other dreamers. You can suffocate one of them, and depending on which one you kill, it makes a boss in that level weaker.
Interesting.
Because they're no longer connected. And it's like, wow, you're a psychopath. I love this game.
They just did a really good job connecting a bunch of stuff. And for that, I give them credit and money.
Yes, all of the monies.
Some of the monies.
Maybe future credit and maybe some future money.
Correct.
I mean, I'm down for 3. I'm fucking ready for it now.
Well, that does it. Madam Secretary, take care of the rest.
Calamity. Travesty. Surviving staff. The board meetings have concluded. It is now safe to resume normal work functions. Hazard signs will be placed at all biological spill sites. Watch your step. The injured will be humanely recycled into vegan lunch options for underprivileged, inner-city children. This is a green company, after all. There will be Fig Newtons and Crystal Light in the break room for those allowed breaks. It's a long one. 3 minutes for each of yous. And don't touch my apple slices. Honey Crisp. Find joy where you can. The next board meetings will be soon. God remains dead, and we have killed him.